Yeah, so our fall season was really awesome this year. It was awesome getting back from a little bit of a break from competition last year. We really focused on the fundamentals and growing as a team and preparing ourselves for getting back into competition this year. So with that time focused on preparing for getting back to it, we felt that we were really prepared to have a super successful fall season and hit the ground running with our first few events, finishing sort of middle of the pack and building. We sort of peaked at the right time this fall with our last few events of the season being our best events. At the Nevins Trophy hosted by Kings Point, we finished third overall with Benton Amthor and Marcus Adam finishing third in A Division in a really competitive group. And then we went on to win the Atlantic Coast Tournament down at the Naval Academy. We had a really great event that weekend as well, and that led us into our conference championships, the last event of the fall, where we finished second in the conference and had a great event by Benton Amthor and Eva Leggett, actually winning A Division, just 1 point ahead of the reigning College Sailor of the Year, J.C. Hermes from Navy. So it was really awesome to see our top boat finish so strongly in the conference, and really sets the stage well for a strong spring semester. One of the great things about our sport is that men and women are able to compete on a level footing, and at the collegiate level we have both women's only events as well as open events where men and women can compete together in. And this year our women's team was strong enough that we were able to go out and compete a really high level this fall. Our senior skipper Claire Garaccio and crew Eva Leggett, who sails often with Benton Amthor in A Division co-ed, were sailing really strongly this fall, and were able to get us to some really impressive results, including a 10th place finish at the Fall Conference Championships, which is one of the best we've had in years. That's certainly setting us up to potentially get a spot at Women's Nationals this spring, which would be the first that the team's ever earned in our program history. That success in the fall carries us over to the spring pretty well. It gives us the opportunity to have a little bit of confidence going into the spring semester, and sets us up to have some really good finishes this spring. At the end of the fall, based on our results, we earned an 18th ranking in the country. So among all the top teams that we're competing against every weekend, we're right up there in the mix, and being in the top 20 is really a great accomplishment for the team, something that they're really proud of. This spring, we should be able to hopefully improve on that, and especially once we get into some of our championship events towards the end of the semester, I think we can do just as well this spring as we did in the fall, if not better, and that's our goal for the spring, is to earn berths at the national championship. The last 2 years has certainly been pretty difficult. It's been difficult for everyone, but certainly not being able to travel and compete has been difficult, but then not being able to host our own home regatta has been a tremendous stressor for us, and we really love hosting the Admiral Moore team race. It's one of the top team races in the country every year. We get some of the best teams from our conference, and even a few teams from out of the conference who come and sail against us right here at home on campus. And that's at the end of March. It's the last weekend of our team race league, and usually there's a few battles going on for getting the last couple of spots at the conference championship that could be earned or lost right at our home event, and we always do well in our own home waters. So it's nice to be able to get back to competition and be able to host our top tier event this spring. We're looking forward to it. Our goals for the spring are to finish at the top of our conference in fleet racing, and that'll earn us a spot at the Fleet Race Nationals. Our goal is also to finish around where we did this fall with the women's team and earn a berth to the Women's Nationals, which would be our first berth ever to Women's Nationals. And then hopefully to have a successful team racing season as well, a discipline that we only compete in the first few weeks of the spring. And if we're able to hold our own in that, we could also earn a spot at the Team Race Nationals as well. which would be the first berth for Team Race Nationals since 2008 for our team. The great fall season certainly sets ourselves up for the spring. You know, every year our goal is to qualify for nationals and earn berths at the national championships. The Open National Championship is one that we qualify for most years, and that's our goal, to have the mixed team sailing in the Open Nationals. With an 18th ranking for that group, we should have a very good chance of qualifying there. This year, our women's team sailed really well, and I think they've got a very strong shot at qualifying for the Women's National Championship, which would be the first time SUNY Maritime has ever earned a berth there. So we're really looking forward to that this spring.